I give up. I give up. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I kind of want to do a recommendation video for people who want to get into reading. I have a lot of friends who like hit me up and they're like, yo girl, what the fuck should I read? Like, I'm going on vacation, I want a book, or I don't know where to start. I used to love reading, so I'm just gonna give you all my recommendations, what I read personally that got me into reading. I never used to be a reader. Actually, scratch that. In high school, I had like a short little era where I did read a lot and I loved Barnes and Noble, but it did not last long, and I feel like it's very overwhelming, especially for people with anxiety, to walk into a Barnes and Nobles and be like, okay, where the fuck do I go? Because I don't know where to start. So this video is for you, all the motherfuckers who want to get into reading. Welcome to the crew. I have a lot of books over here, and don't mind my appearance. I don't want to hear shit. It's like 7 o'clock at night. I've had a long fucking day momming, and this is what you get. I wasn't gonna put makeup on. I'm just gonna be transparent with y'all. I wasn't gonna put makeup on just to take it right the fuck back off, because if I do that, then it will take me forever to film this fucking video. So you just have to deal with my face. Let's get into this. I'm so excited to talk about the books that got me into reading, okay? Judge me all you want. Not even like, judge the fuck out of me. Go ahead, judge me, because I'll admit it, I was a coho bitch. Still am a coho bitch. I know there's a lot of people who don't like Colleen Hoover, who say her writing's so bad, her writing's so this, and that is your opinion. You are entitled to your opinion. But my opinion is, I fucking loved Colleen Hoover. I eat her shit up one by one. I've read so many of her books, okay? And these are the ones that I think about first, okay? These are my favorites, I would say. Obviously, you got Verity. This one's for my thriller girlies who are looking for a fun mindfuck of a time. This book is very good, very easy read. Like, I just love Colleen Hoover's writing because it's so simple, so, what's the word I'm looking for? So like attention grabbing. Like, I'm like, girl, let me keep going. Like, you'll read this book fast as fuck, and that's all I gotta say. Colleen Hoover is the author who got me into writing, and for that, I will always have a special place in my heart for her books. Then we got Ugly Love. I have a sweatshirt with a book quote. Words, bitch, think. My brain ain't working. I have a sweatshirt, like a crew neck, that has a quote from this book in it. I loved this book. And a lot of people are probably like, girl, what the fuck? But I don't care. I fucking loved it. It's really good, really easy writing. I don't want to like go too in depth about these books because bitch, we'll be here all day, okay? We'll be here all motherfucking day. Then you have Reminders of Him. Bitch, when this book came out, I just became a new mom. This book hit so motherfucking hard. I was sobbing when I read this book. Like, the emotions are coming back. I fucking love this book. This book is about a young mom who's fighting to be in her child's life, and the reason she isn't in her child's life is very devastating. She went through trauma, and the parents went through trauma. Just, read it, okay? If you're gonna read any of these, read this one from Colleen Hoover. It's really good. I loved it. I kind of want to reread that now that we're talking about it. Then of course the OG, what everybody loves, It Ends With Us. This is a DV book, so please check your trigger warnings, but I do feel like this book opens up a light to, you know, what some people struggle with. Colleen Hoover's mom was a DV victim. It was really good, but make sure you check the trigger warnings. Everyone likes this book for a good reason. And then last but not least, I don't feel like anybody talks about this book, and it's probably because there's like essay in it, but Hopeless. Holy shit. Did this book not only take me for a ride, but fucked with my head as well. Like, I love this book, and I'm surprised more people don't talk about this. This is about a girl named Sky, who goes to high school. She meets a guy, and they're like falling for each other, and then she finds out something about her life that totally flips her world upside fucking down, okay? And that shit was whoa. Those are all my Colleen Hoover recommendations. We're gonna go into my light, fluffy romances. Maybe not even light and fluffy, because these books do have smut in them. A lot of the books I'm gonna recommend probably will have some form of smut, and I apologize, but I'm a whore, what can I say? So, Abby Jimenez. Holy fucking shit. If you want another author who's gonna give you those easy reads, those fun, loving vibes, I recommend Abby Jimenez. Part of Your World. Oh my god, I fucking love this book. Ate the fuck up. I ate that bitch so fast. It was so good. I love Daniel. It is a reversed age gap, and that was kind of hard for me to get over, but I did it. Small town meets big city girl, and it's just so fucking good. They come from two opposite ends of the spectrum of like living, and they meet, and they just, you know where it goes from there. Then you have yours truly. These are like companion novels. You don't necessarily have to read one to read the other, but if you do read this one and then this one, you like see characters cross over in the book, and that's always kind of fun. I did annotate this book because, bitch, the main male character, his name is Jacob, and he has social anxiety, and the representation of social anxiety in this book hit so different, bitch. I loved it. It was so good. This book is just so sweet, so yummy. I loved Jacob and Bree together. I loved watching their story come together. Just fucking read the book. I'm not gonna sit here and explain it, because like I said, we'll be here all damn day. I ain't got that kind of time, or maybe space on my fucking camera, because I got a lot of books over here, bitch. Okay, you see those? You see those books right there? Yeah, those are the books we're talking about. An OG. Two OGs that TikTok sent me to, bitch, and they did not steer me wrong, okay? These books might not be for everyone. They are a little bit on the heavier side, not really, but like you would cry if you were a normal human being. I am not a normal human being. I do not produce tears while reading books. So Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. If you want a childhood friends to lovers, like just wholesome ass book, this one. What's the fuck is their names? Macy and I think his name starts with Elliot. Yes, Macy and Elliot are childhood friends to lovers. In the summertime, they would spend time together growing up, and they live next door to each other, and some shit goes down that makes them not be friends anymore, and just, oh my god, so good and so cute and so wholesome. But then towards the end, you do get to find out why they aren't friends anymore, and it does shatter your heart. So if you need like a good cry, maybe read this one, maybe don't. Then we have Archer's Voice. TikTok also sent me to this book, and I annotated this one as well. I've only annotated like a couple of books in my life, and that's just because, well, bitch, I don't really know how to annotate, okay? If you need another book that's a small town romance that's gonna make you cry at the end, this one right here. Okay, there is like there's sign language representation, but not deaf representation, if that makes sense. Archer Hale has gone through some shit. There's some reasons for things to be the way they are. It's just so good, okay? That's all I gotta say. Basically, all these books, just so good. Fucking read them. I'm saving my like more thriller mystery books towards the end, because I don't have many. I'm a romance girly through and through, okay? So still keeping up with the lighter, more fun romances, you have It Happens One Summer by Tessa Bailey. This book is also TikTok, okay? TikTok is where I get most of my book recommendations. I'm not even gonna lie to you. This book was so much fun. It gave me so many summer vibes. Again, another small town romance. I just realized I have a lot of these. I like small town romance, I guess. This is a little bit of enemies to lovers, but nothing too serious where you're like, damn, do you guys even like each other? Piper Bellinger basically gets sent away from her hometown because she's making poor decisions. She's rich, she's in the limelight, she's kind of an airhead, and she gets sent away to the city or town where her father grew up. So she was born there, but she wasn't raised there. Her father passed away, which is not really a spoiler. You kind of find out in the beginning of the book. And while she's in the town visiting, she's like fixing up the bar that he used to own, and she meets Brendan, baby daddy Brendan, 30-mile sailor Brendan, okay? At first, he cannot stand her. He's like, this rich bitch is basically what he thinks. Like, she's had everything handed to her in life, like you can just tell. But once they get to know each other, they see that their misconceptions of each other. I feel like I'm so bad at these videos because I'll spoil shit, okay? I'll spoil it right away. Then another Tessa Bailey book. This one's kind of a thriller, but not really. It still has smut in it, and it's a really, really good time. I love this book personally. My Killer Vacation. If you want something that's gonna make your panties wet, but also give you a little bit of a twist of like thrillerness. Basically, this girl, I don't even remember her name. What was her name? I read this so fucking long ago. So Taylor goes on a vacation with her brother to get away for a little bit. She's a nurse. She needs a break. He needs a break. They just need to kind of like revamp themselves. They rent this Airbnb, and while they're staying in this Airbnb, they find a dead body. And then they try to figure out who the killer was because they believe the killer is still lurking around. Then she meets this guy. I can't remember his name either. Shit. Miles. And Miles is the bounty hunter guy. He's gonna come out there and he's gonna do what he does best and find the killer. Whatever a bounty hunter does, honestly, I don't even know. All I know is he catches the motherfucker. And they end up having a really good time together. They end up sleeping together. Spicy, very spicy sexy Tessa Bailey. Love her. Up next we have another TikTok book, Things We Never Got Over. I did really enjoy this book. Knox Morgan, I loved him. This is a grumpy sunshine, so he's very fucking grumpy, and the girl he falls for is just, she's sunshine. Again, another small town. I'm so sorry, but I guess I'm just really obsessed with small town. Noemi goes to this small town, and her evil twin, yes, she has an evil twin, has gotten herself in a lot of trouble in this small town. When she arrives there to help her sister out, her sister ditches. And Noemi walked out on her wedding. I forgot to tell you that. Yeah, she walked out on her wedding, and then she went to go help her evil sister. And her evil sister just says, peace, I'm out of here, and leaves her fucking daughter behind, Waylay, for her sister to take care of. So basically, Noemi's sister is shit. Obviously, Knox Morgan, he mistakes Noemi for her evil twin, so he already doesn't like her off the bat. But then he realizes, you're not her, and she's like, yeah, I'm her twin, and he's like, okay. So he like tries to help her out, gives her a place to stay, and the story goes from there. And this is a series. I did read the second book, but the second book just wasn't for me personally. Up next, Lauren Asher, The Fine Print. This is a series as well. There's 2 other books in the Dreamland Billionaire series. There we go. I love this book, and I know a lot of people are like, ew, cringe, because it is based in like a Disneyland per se, but it's called Dreamland instead, so it's like Disneyland adults. But it didn't give me that, because Zara is the main female character and she works for the main male character, Rowan. And this is like not enemies to lovers, but can't stand each other to lovers. Fuck, I forgot. Rewind, back me up a bit. Rowan has to basically do certain things that his grandpa said in the will to get his money, because his grandpa left everybody a small fortune of the company, and they have to do certain things to get that fortune. Rowan's job is to take over Dreamland and revamp it, make it so everybody wants to come and visit. So he does that with the help of Zara. And at first he can't stand Zara. He's like, this bitch, I just cannot stand her. She ends up submitting a drunk proposal for a ride or something, and they end up having to work very close together, and the rest is history. Each book is about a separate brother, and they each have their own kind of thing they have to go through to get their inheritance. That's the word I'm looking for. I loved this book. I thought it was so much fun. So now we're getting into the more spicier portion of this video. Addicted to You series. Oh my god, I read this series when I first started reading, and I was addicted, to say the least. This book is about Lily and Lauren Hale. I fucking love them. I miss this series so much. I should go back to it. This is a long series, I will tell you that, but it's so worth it. It's so much fun. I love this universe. So you follow Lily and Lauren, and they are best friends, and they end up fake dating each other because Lauren has a, not drug addiction, bitch, an alcohol addiction, and Lily has a sex addiction. Addiction? Addiction. And I know what you're thinking, bitch, what the fuck? But it's actually really good. It's really fun. The smut in it, so good. I don't know what that was, but and this series also goes on to other characters in this book. You learn about Lily's sisters, Daisy and Rose. You learn about Reich Meadows. You learn about Connor Colbo. You learn about so many characters in this universe. A 10 out of 10 recommend. It's worth it. Up next we have Sophia Lark, Brutal Prince. This is a series as well. It is pretty large, but it's so much fun. The first book is an enemies to lovers. It is a good enemies to lovers though. It's yummy, yummy, yummy. Like straight up enemies to where she eats a strawberry on their wedding day, so that way when she kisses him, he's allergic to strawberries, so he can't breathe. Like, bitch, you don't get more enemy than that. So this book follows the Griffins and the Gallows, and this whole series is based around the Gallows, and the first one up is Ada Galloway. Oh, I hit myself in the face with a damn book. And she has to marry Callum Griffin because Ada fucks up and does some things to get the two mafia families in rivalry. So this book is also a marriage of convenience, which I fucking love. I eat it up every time. I really do. I just really love this book. It felt like a true enemies to lovers to me. Like, they just could not fucking stand each other until, you know, forced proximity does it to ya. I love the whole series. It goes off of Ada's brothers. The rest of the series does, and it's just so fun. It's a mafia romance kind of read. So up next I have another Sophia Lark book. Sophia Lark is one of my favorite authors. I probably raved about this book on here already, but I'm gonna do it again for those of you who are new here. This is There Are No Saints. This is a duet, so there's another one that's called There Is No Devil. This is a sinners duet. I don't know. I always want to say sinners and saints duet, but I might be wrong. This book is about a serial unaliver who falls in love. How sweet. He's also an artist. It's so good. This is a dark romance, so please check your trigger warnings. I don't really need to tell you much more other than he's a serial unaliver and she falls in love with him. Yeah, that's pretty fucking crazy if you ask me. This video feels like it's 20 years long. So this next one is for all my smut girlies, all my smut lovers. You and me, we're one and the same. If you need a little something that's gonna make you feel good in ways you should feel good, this one right here, Praise. Oh my God, I love this book. Emerson Grant. First of all, this book made me realize I have a praise kink. I'm gonna say that on the internet. Fuck, I don't even know what to say. You'll probably have a praise kink after you read this book, honestly. So this is a series as well. I'm a series girly, what can I say? Each book is based off of a sacrilegious player club is what it's called. So this book is about Emerson Grant, and he owns this thing called the Sacrilegious Players Club. It's a sex club. And him and his friends decided to start this sex club up one day. It just really fucking took off. Oh my God, this book was so filthy and I had such a grand time. I read the next one, Eyes on Me, and I really loved that as well. Plus the cover, bad as fuck. I really enjoyed this book. It is ex-boyfriend's dad. Like, she goes for her ex-boyfriend's dad. But it is like a oops, didn't mean to do that kind of situation. So she and her ex-boyfriend used to live together. Obviously they split up. She is looking for a check from the apartment complex, like a, what is it called? I can't even remember. Her deposit. Her ex-boyfriend is like, bitch, go to my dad. He's the one who has the check. She went to his dad's house, knocked on the door, and is like, hi, I'm here for Emerson Grant. And his assistant at the time was like, oh, I didn't expect you to be here. Like, come on in. Let's go ahead and get you all set up. So they go into his office and she looks at her and she's like, you're probably gonna want to get on your knees before he comes in here. And she was like, what the fuck do you mean get on my knees? Like, what? What? Who the fuck does that? So for some reason, the main character, Charlie, feels compelled to get down on her knees and just wait for Emerson to walk into the room. So he walks into the room. He thinks she's one of his submissives. So he's like talking to her like he would a submissive. And she's like, I'm just here for a check, bitch. And he's like, oh shit. You're my son's ex-girlfriend or girlfriend. And cause he doesn't know they broke up. Why am I giving you all these goddamn details? Anyways, shit gets awkward. And then he ends up offering her a job as a secretary and shit goes from there. Okay, this book, wow. Now we're gonna go into the thrillers for my thriller girlies. I'm not personally a big thriller girly. I don't know why. I just haven't entered that era in my life. But I have read a few that I've really enjoyed, and I have 3 to show you. Up first, we have The Housemaid. Now, if you read Verity and you really fucking loved Verity and you want something that's gonna give you that same energy, that same feeling. So this girl, I forget, Nina? No, that's the mom. I think it's Mina? It starts with M. I know that. Millie! There it is. Millie needs a job, and she finds a job working for the Winchesters. And she finds out right away there's something fucking weird going on. Nina Winchester keeps doing all this crazy shit, like destroying her house in the middle of the night, throwing food, like just this out-of-pocket shit, and making her daughter talk shit about the nanny, like just making the nanny completely uncomfortable. Millie's like, bro, what the fuck? Like, I've literally watched this bitch destroy the house. Like, what is going on? So she just thinks Nina's crazy. Like, she needs mental help. But Millie really needs a fresh start. So she's like, let me just power through. I really need this job. She gets to stay there for free, so it's just really helping Millie out. But the Winchesters have a secret. Millie ends up finding out about this secret, and I did not see this secret coming, honestly. If you liked Verity, I'm pretty sure you liked this one. Frida McFadden, a lot of people rave about her books. I've only read this one from her, but I do want to read more from her. I do really like her writing. Up next, I have Lucy Foley, The Paris Apartment. This is more of an easier read in my opinion. So Jess is looking to start over. She's broke and she has no place to go. She has no family besides her brother Ben. So she goes to stay at his apartment apartment with him. She's expecting him to be there. She goes into his apartment, unlocks the door, and she's like, hello. Ben is nowhere to be found. So then she ends up going around and asking the other people in the apartment, like, says, like, do you know my brother? Do you talk to him? Like, not necessarily letting people know, like, he's missing right away, but, like, trying to snoop around. And basically, they all know something that they're not telling. And she just wants to find her brother because that's the only family member she has. And this was just very shocking, honestly. This one, by far, my favorite thriller that I've read. They Never Learned by Lane Fargo. Oh my gosh, this book was crazy. It was crazy. Oh my god. Like, so Dr. Clark is a teacher at a school, Gorman University is what it's called, and she goes around unaliving students at this university, but she only unalives the men who SA women, and it starts off right away, her just someone. And she's a very, very good professor. Like, everybody loves her. She's just all around a great person, but they don't know that Scarlett has after school activities, if you will. I think I'm funny, so that's all that matters. So you get her side of the story, and then you get a student's story. Her name's Carly's Chiller? I don't freaking know. And she's just trying to survive her college life. And she came from a rough upbringing, and she's just trying to, like, lay low, have a good time at college. But her roommate, she's a partier, and things happen that piss Carly off, and Carly wants revenge. I freaking love this book. I did not expect the plot twist at all, but like I said, I'm very naive when it comes to thriller and romance books, okay? Those are all the books I have to recommend for y'all. I don't want to bore you anymore. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps me when y'all do that, because I never know. I'll just be posting because I like making videos, honestly. I like doing this. I like making little book videos because I'm very passionate about reading. It's all I do in my free time as a mom. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel to stay up to date. I do have another video coming for y'all. It's gonna take me a little bit longer to film it because I'm reading the Chestnut Springs series, and I'm doing a little reading vlog. I don't know if I'm gonna do all the books. I always go back and forth. Like, I kind of just want to do the first two, and if y'all want another one, I'll do another one. I'm loving it, by the way, spoiler. So make sure you're subscribed so you see when that video comes out, and don't forget to comment any books that you would recommend to a first-time reader. That would be so helpful. I feel like I've read so many books, but I haven't read so many books. Does that make sense? Maybe I'm just crazy. Probably just crazy. Anyways, I love you. Thank you so much for watching. What the fuck am I doing? I don't know. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! I'm so cringy. I'm gonna go eat my Chick-fil-A now, Bobby.